reduce the whole matter to settlement outside the court or settlement outside the hallowed chambers.
You know, I said something.
Okay, sorry, before you answer, yes, there is another caller. Let's hear him briefly. Okay, hello, who is on the line?
Good evening, Idris.
Yes, Shamaki, you are welcome to the program.
Yeah, from Akonga, Nasarawa State.
Yes, welcome, Shamaki.
Good evening, the guests in the studio.
Yes,
good
Malam
evening,
Baba.
Shamaki. Good evening, Shamaki.
Yeah, thank you once again. You see, this is a national disgrace.
Okay.
A disgrace to the National Assembly and Nigerians at large. These two persons, their family are people. Akpabio has wife, Natasha has husband. So I said on my Facebook, I said, how can these persons family look at them? So to me, being the Senate President, I would love him to look how we can call the attention of Natasha so that they can be able to sit down on the round table and resolve this matter so that the Senate will move forward, because they are there to represent people. It's not the issue we want, to go and represent us. This is what we want from them. The country has stepped upside that people cannot longer to eat one meal. They are there pointing fingers one another. So he should call her so they can be able to resolve this matter once and for all. This is my contribution. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. I want to resist not to take another call until I get clear position from you on this. I mean, should we just forget it because we don't want it to continue to wash their dirty linens? Because this is about morality.
Yes, let me address the first one you mentioned.
Okay.
I said earlier that the seat of the number 3 of this country is not a seat to be make jest of. And therefore, the personality that holds that position should be a personality that has a courage and character and charisma and behavior that should be above board. And that is why I said the antecedent of the Senate President, of the way and manner he speaks, which has been becoming a norm since he was in the office, not just in the case of this sexual harassment without reducing it, but to say there's a trail. You know, when I opened my, I said there's a trail, paper trail of antecedents on the part of the Senate President and on the part of the
lack of decorum.
Lack of decorum and lack of sensitivity and understanding situation, even of the people in the country sometimes. But like, it's not even about the Senate President alone. Don't forget the Senate President is first among equals. Any senator in that chamber can become Senate President. You are just first among equals. So it presupposes that anybody that has to become a senator or House of Rep or even local government chairman, there should be minimum standard of values. But do we have those values? We don't have them. We have seen cases in the National Assembly, whether in the Green Chamber or the Red Chamber, that are supposed to see light of the day. Issues of even oversight of institutions where they throw it under the carpet. So we wouldn't want that to happen. It is already out in the open. Both parties have decided to take action, which is good for us. You know, the only problem now is there is a matter and there's a cross matter. And at the end of the day, they may all neutralizing themselves. My issue here is that it has made a spectacle of the chamber. It has reduced the respect of the institution and the personalities concerned because they have antecedents. These two particular personalities that are the dramatis personae in this matter have had track records of this that has ended, you know, hanging somewhere. Of course, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't address it, because a serial offender always has a day of his fall. So if this is the time, if that is true, for those that are harassing people sexually to answer, you know, to the law, it will happen, because Senator Natasha is not one to keep quiet. But the issue is, you know the story of somebody that is crying wolf. We've had this with Dino Male, we have this with Rino Omukri, we have this with our former husband. This may be true, but that is the problem with, you know, this decorum issue you talk about. And I said something earlier also. If you know this person has a kind of tendency that is not good, as a woman, why don't you hold yourself and keep your distance? And the husband also to stop her from doing so. Now, how did it degenerate to this? Whether she allowed it or her husband allowed it, if the Senate President is not refusing to do so. Who went to whose house? Who followed who to where? Who was escorting with his hand behind his back while they are holding his wife's hands? So for me, it is a core societal value issue that we need to look beyond the Senate President or the Senate itself. Because this is happening in offices, this is happening, you know, in places, even at homes, you know, as a core value issue. And I kept on saying, leaders are a mirror of their society. And we as a people should continue speaking about sexual harassment, about violence against women or indeed against anybody. But how victims also take up an issue, especially those that are privileged, is another matter entirely, without removing that right for Senator Natasha to fight it. And indeed, there's an opportunity for also Senator Natasha to be the vanguard, the Amazon, that will be able to bring down an establishment where these things are happening.
And she expressed reservations that her colleagues, the few other women in the National Assembly, were reluctant to rise to her defense. And it's becoming a trend. Women don't really want to protect their peers.
Well, let me say this. Let us go back and dimension the demography of the Senate for a bit. Objectively. Senator Ireki Kingbe and the other lady senators, and even former Senator Olujimi has spoken. Is it possible for those women to be cheerleaders of a sexual harasser? I know Senator Ireti is a respectable person. She does not belong to the PDP, but she belongs to the opposition. In
Labour
fact,
Party.
you know that what she has suffered under Senator Akpabio himself. All right, so when you are dimension, you look at Senator Ireti Kingibe, is she part of APC? No. Is she somebody that is jolly with Senator Akpabio? No. Capital N-O. And she is a highly respectable woman who is not afraid to say the truth or to stand for what it is. Nobody should come here and gloss over that for us. She's over 70 and she's facing her own. The women are marginalized. Let's just kid ourselves. We have been bulldozing them and marginalizing them. But look at the consensus of silence of the ladies in the chamber. And while I hear people say, hey, they don't want to support their own, is it so? Or is it that they know or see things we don't know? Because in fairness to life, you don't completely reach a conclusion on matters that you are not a witness to, on matters that you have not seen evidence on. Because there are three things that you use to judge even in the court of law. Witness statement, confession, one, of the person that committed it, witness statement of somebody like the victim or somebody that witnessed it, and then hardcore evidence. And that's what I was saying, that she has the opportunity to do so if truly it is true, to arrange herself properly and follow a right process to ensure she wins. Otherwise, it will die in the hollow chamber, it will become a spectacle again, and then tomorrow again, will she be able to say somebody harassed her sexually? So he who wants to go for a battle, like Sun Tzu said, should prepare for it.
And he wants to come. Equity must come
with clean hands. Thank
you very much, Malam Baba Yusuf, strategist, policy advisor, and the group CEO of Global Investment and Trade Company. Also expert, and then substantive MD of the CEO of Pace Airport, right?
Free Zone.
Free Zone. Thank you for coming to the program. And we have to have you some other time.
Always
so many questions we are unable to answer them. But then,
always a pleasure.
Yes, and viewers, for those who tried to call and could not make it, next week will be your luck. And tomorrow, we start the week with daily politics. Thank you for being there. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye from here. I'm Hamza Idris.